Who are you?
Whoever you want me to be.
Don't say I never gave you anything.
It's feeling epic.
3 words. 8 letters.
I remember everything.
Hello. Welcome back to the Previously On podcast. I'm your host, Jillian Bonani, and with me once again is my husband, who I talked into watching the new sports drama on HBO Max, and now he's wearing a Shane Hollander jersey. It's Tyler Branch.
Thanks for having me, Jillian. Another great episode of Heated Rivalry.
I know. You just want to be Rose wearing that Shane Hollander jersey.
Well, for those tickets, that box.
It did look fun.
Seems like a fun time.
Today we are talking all about episode 4, which is titled Rose. Before we get to the ep, though.
Of X Squad fame.
Yeah, I love that. X Squad. That was so good. I was like, too real. But before we get to the ep, we have some big news. I mean, not we. The show has some big news that was just released.
Oh, I was like, what news do we have?
I'm
like,
sorry.
Oh, my gosh.
We're not breaking this news.
Oh, okay.
It's news of the show, but this just came out a little bit ago. Heated Rivalry is getting a season 2.
That's exciting.
Thank God, because we only have 2 eps left of this season, and I was wondering how we were going to wrap this up.
Yeah. So, disclaimer out there, we haven't read the books.
Right.
We don't know what's going on in the Game Changer series.
Right. We're taking it as a TV show.
Yeah, so there are going to be no spoilers here. We are just reviewing the TV show, but so you think this season wraps up the book, the Heated Rivalry book?
I would
Is that
assume
kind of the
so.
impression you got?
Yeah.
And so season 2 will continue more of the books in the series, or maybe expand upon.
If I had to guess, and again, I don't know, but I would assume
Well,
that...
just spitball. Just make something
Yeah.
up. It's a podcast.
Right.
Doesn't matter.
Everything's a brainstorm that I say.
It's all a brainstorm.
I would guess that Heated Rivalry will end with them getting together, officially.
Oh, wow. That's
And
odd.
then I think the next book will be them
And by
actually...
them, you don't mean Shane and Rose. You mean Shane and
Sorry,
Ilya.
yeah. By them, I mean Shane and Ilya. I think they will choose to be together at the end of this series. And then I think season 2 will be more about them being together and those obstacles.
So this is just your gut instinct from reading romance novels.
Yeah. I don't think it's that crazy of a take. I don't think this was all a dream or anything like that.
Yeah. You don't think Draco's going to pop in or anything. It's not that hot a take.
Oh, my God.
You seen this new rookie, Draco?
Leave me alone. Leave me with my Draco Hermione fan fiction, okay? I'm excited, though, for season 2 because I can imagine that their budget is going to be bigger than season 1. And I already thought season 1 looks great, but I cannot imagine what they're going to do with season 2. These hockey scenes are going to be crazy.
We're talking even bigger hockey butts.
Oh,
Things
yeah.
you've never seen before.
Everyone's getting a trainer, even though they already look great. Everyone is... I feel like we're going to maybe get some celebrity cameos or something I wouldn't be shocked about. Everyone is calling their agent right now, get me in Heated Rivalry season 2.
You're going to get a shower scene. It's going to look like a mountain range.
We better.
It's gonna be...
Yeah, I want things bigger and better. And you know what I mean by
even
bigger.
more.
Even more butts.
Even more heated.
Yeah.
Well, I told you I keep wanting them to expand into other sports. I keep wanting a baseball player to show up, a football player. We just turn into this whole world of just closeted star athletes.
I think they could do Heated Rivalry football edition, just keep it the same title even and just give us new sports with it. That could be fun.
That sounds great. A whole franchise.
Well, you're the one person who really cares about the sports in this show. So
I've been tracking how many championships each of them have, how many awards.
You've been checking their stats.
Yeah. Unfortunately, there aren't a lot of websites dedicated to their All-Star Game appearances. Yeah, I can't really find all the stats here.
You got to start it, Well,
I might have to.
I think some other people do care about the sports because I do have to issue an apology.
Oh.
For something I said on our last episode.
Wow.
I am so sorry to our listeners that I said no one's seen Moneyball. I was wrong. So many of you have seen Moneyball. So many told me that you have seen Moneyball. Thank you for letting me know. I misspoke. I'm so sorry. I've also seen Moneyball. It is a great movie. I just did not know where Tyler was going with that take.
You still don't know the scene I'm referring to.
I have no idea what scene you're talking about. I'm like, I don't think Brad Pitt was in that scene, so I'm not sure what you're referring to.
Well, once again, Moneyball is about...
Oh, my God.
That people who run sports teams misevaluate their talent. They don't actually know what's going on sometimes. And that's kind of all you need to know for my take on it. It's just sometimes they don't have the best takes on what makes a good player. And sometimes players have to perform to their team's idea of what a player is supposed to be.
Well, I would like to watch a gay version of Moneyball now. So that could be fun. They should really do that. But now I'm like, I don't want to watch straight sports. Like, that is just not, that doesn't seem fun anymore.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, that's probably what real sports is. It's probably if you're gay, they probably lower your evaluation. So that's actually Moneyball. It's like if other people are thinking someone can't play a sport because of some silly reason, then try to get those players. It's a good idea.
We're
it's a good lesson.
Still talking about Moneyball.
Still talking Moneyball. Anyway.
I really got to rewatch it before the next step because we're probably going to talk about it again.
This is previously on a Moneyball podcast.
Yeah.
No, this is about episode 4.
Episode
Heated
4.
Rivalry.
Well,
Rose.
let's get into the timelines. I need you to break down the timelines for me because I have a hard time keeping up with the years while we're watching it because I'm enjoying the montages that we're getting. And I feel like I'm so much more focused on that than I am on like the years that's popping up. So please walk me through the timeline again.
Well,
You're
it is so funny
because
we're watching this show week by week. And if you're, watching this later and you're just coming in and binging it, it is kind of funny that you basically go from just Scott Hunter staring in a bar window, then him contemplating his life in Sochi, to then now we're back to the good stuff, baby. Here's a workout sex montage that takes place over years.
And then I love them showing them doing hockey, like them kind of like pushing each other up against the wall during the game and then them having sex. That was great. That back and forth was amazing. Yeah. I loved
watching them doing hockey.
Is that what I
this
said?
This is a sports podcast, no doubt.
Is that what I said? Them doing
you
hockey?
said watching them doing hockey.
Oh my God.
That's what they're doing.
Well, you know what? I loved this montage show that we got in the beginning where we are seeing years go by. But they showed us something different this time. They really showed us with both Shane and Ilya looking at their phones a lot when they were away from each other. They were really, waiting to see if the other one had texted. And that was something that we haven't seen before. It's clear like we're entering a new era with them and that it's becoming more than just hooking up.
Well, I noticed also their texts are a lot more obvious than they used to be.
Yeah.
Like if you read the full text, you'd figure out who each of them's talking to. They're referring to a little more championships and their actual lives. And it's that's what happens. You try to do something cute, secret agent style for a minute, but you can't keep it up. No one can. Eventually they're just talking for real on there. It's not so coded.
It's not as much of the sexting. We didn't see that as much this time. And I'm sure it's still happening, but it wasn't as much of sexting. It was talking about games and talking about each other. You can tell they're getting more comfortable with each other and that it's about more than just hooking up at this point. A little
bit of sexting. But you're right.
Yeah,
it was mostly your lives, have a nice summer, teasing each other and stuff.
Yeah. It was kind of a little more playful than downright dirty. And I'm sure that's still going on, but they were showing us the more playful, flirty texting this time, which Ryan might be upset about because he was loving the sexting in the first two. He
loved Ilya's sexting.
Yeah.
Well, it was, because it was showing the thing that everyone knows of like, if you hook up long enough, eventually it starts to become like this is a person in your life. And it becomes closer and a little more intimate.
Well, how much time has passed? Because it's been a bit of time.
So, again, the first two episodes were just kind of a fast and furious from 2008 when they're prospects.
Okay, yeah,
to 2014 was kind of 2014 is Sochi happens in February. You've got the season continues. Ilya wins the cup. And then they have the hockey awards. That's kind of how 2 ends.
Okay.
Where Ilya wins MVP. And then this is basically, it opens up reminding us Ilya was on top, basically,
He won the cup. He won the cup. Yeah.
Ilya was on top in multiple ways.
Yeah.
This montage reminded us. And he was, so basically.
Wait, I want to be clear. They did show Shane on top, though.
Oh, that's right.
Point. Yeah.
So I'm talking about the sports. So then it was summer 2014. It shows their montage of like working out. Like we get multiple montages of it's like usually it's they're working out and they're having sex or basically the two differences is Shane's doing like promo shoots for all his sponsors and Ilya's like partying.
And Shane's reading.
And that's sort of the big
Shane
difference.
is also reading a bit.
Reading and some slutty little glasses.
Those were some nice glasses. I appreciated that touch.
So you go through basically in the montage, it goes from like after that through like summer of 2014, then you get the 2014-2015 season where you see them hooking up. You see that Montreal wins the cup. So Shane, now they're even. Shane's won a cup and Ilya's won a cup. Not that you care. But then you go through the 20...
Did you see my eyes just glaze over a little bit?
I could see I was losing her. She thought I was saying Moneyball again. I almost lost her.
My eyes literally did just glaze over.
So you basically cover in the montage 2 seasons of like Major League Hockey. So and
Shane
Ilya
ends up on top.
Shane and Montreal win the championship both seasons.
Yeah, twice.
So it's like Shane's won 2, and now we're picking back up. Now this is fall of 2016.
Fall 2016.
So yeah, episode the Sochi stuff was early 2014. That's kind of what we saw in episode 3 and in episode 2. And then we're in fall of 2016. So honestly, by now, Kip has probably graduated grad school, has an art history degree.
Oh, I would like a check-in with Kip at some point. I want to see what he's doing.
That'd be nice because episode 3 was like ending like before Sochi. So like this is more than 2 years after that.
Kip could be running an art gallery by now. And you know what would be great if we saw Scott come in and not abruptly leave the art gallery.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Do you understand where we are now?
Yeah. No.
2016. They basically have been in the. They've been in the. They're like kind of veteran. They're not veterans now, but they're like they've been in the league now for like many years.
Yeah.
Like more than 5 years.
I mean, and so then this has been going on a long time, basically.
A long time.
Like they really have been consistently. I wouldn't say maybe consistently hooking up, but they've been hooking up for a lot of years at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And I do feel like this episode, we really saw that more pay off. We see them getting closer. I think you get the impression
they're around 26 now.
Yeah.
Is what I would guess based on the timeline of the show. Which makes sense why there starts to be like pressure of like your life. And are you settling down? Are you seeing anyone? Are you going on a certain track with your life?
We really saw a lot of that this episode, which brings us to our top 5.
It's true.
Should we get into
top 5? Yeah.
We do a top 5 every episode. So our top 5 this week is
I did the top 5 this week, and I said I thought this was the theme of the episode.
Yeah.
And it was basically the top 5 moments that Shane and Ilya are having to pass as completely straight hockey players.
Yes.
Because both of them are still quite closeted about their true selves to everyone in their lives.
And we really saw in this episode, too, people in their lives question them a little bit. Not like question if they're gay or not, but just question what's going on in your personal life. I'm one of your closest friends, or I'm your mom, and I don't really know what's going on.
Yeah.
So this is probably our saddest top 5 that we've ever done.
Well, I'm sorry. I wrote it.
I know. But it is a big theme of the episode and something that we really see throughout. And we promise we will get to the tuna melt, the cuddling, all the other great moments of the episode as well.
Yeah. I said every top 5 can't be top 5 butts.
I was like, what about top 5 cute moments? I'm always like, top 5 romantic moments.
All right, we'll zoom through it since you think it's so sad. Number 5, Shane with Hayden at the beginning of the episode, because it's basically like Shane's at the aquarium. Like, Hayden's with his kids, and he's like trying to set him up with Jackie's friend. And then you also see the image of like Shane holding a baby. And I just feel like it was all meant to kind of represent this like pressure to live this heteronormative lifestyle. Because like you've got teammates who, he's saying he's already got 3, about to have a 4th kid. Like,
yeah. And we saw him, like, his wife pregnant with the first kid, I think, in the first couple episodes. So like it's also just going to show like how much time is passing.
Yeah.
And Hayden, it seems, is Shane's closest friend on the team. They're sharing a hotel room a lot of the time. We see them hang out. They're working out together. And I think Hayden is like, what is, I wonder what his personal life is. I see him texting this girl Lily, but I don't see him dating anyone, or it doesn't seem like he's been dating anyone. I think Hayden also just doesn't know. And he is, wants to know a little bit more. Is he going about it in the right way? No. No, Hayden.
I guess he just doesn't know. Like,
he doesn't.
And I do think Shane uses his extremely regimented life. He's like his crazy schedule, his crazy diet, like this idea of like he's almost using boring as a shield to like protect himself from people asking too many questions. So he's too busy for any of that.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of been his shield throughout his career so far.
Well, and I think a lot of people in his life use that too of, he's just regimented. That's why he's not dating. He just likes to keep to his schedule. That's why he's not going out with us as much. He's just so strict. I think that the people in his life are using that too as to reasonings of why he's not going out with them, or why he's not really dating anybody or bringing anyone around.
Yeah, totally agree. Number 4. Number 4 is Svetlana asking Ilya if he's dating Jane. And I think that we were seeing that with also Hayden asking Shane about Lily.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like people are catching on. You can't just be texting someone for years on end and people start not to ask questions of who's this person in your life I've never met.
Shane's shocked face of, what do you mean, Lily? Like, it was so like, he was like, oh no, I've been caught.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's like, your teammates are seeing you text the same person for years.
Mm-hmm. It's like, what's going on here?
It's really hard to hide away.
Especially in the locker room. Because in the locker room, you're going to be like, well, you're texting somebody. It's probably someone you're like romantically interested in.
You also can normally tell if a friend is texting somebody that they're romantically interested in. Like, there's a smile on their face. There's a giddiness. Like, you can tell. There's like, there's a vibe.
Yeah. It's like how you get when I bring up Moneyball.
Oh my God.
All right.
I cannot.
Number 3.
We're going to have to cover Moneyball at some point.
Number 3, Shane's parents push that Swedish princess on him
God.
as they're trying to get him to go to Wimbledon and take the Rolex box and all that. And it is one of those moments where it's like when you're with your parents, you start to lash out more at all your frustrations
I've
that are
been
going
there.
on in your life. But I think it is just like, he's just so like, I mean, that whole restaurant is kind of a metaphor of like, even the waiter's like, is anyone else coming? It's just you 3.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, it continues to be these walls closing in on Shane of this pressure of like, if you're like this good looking star hockey player, like, where is your girlfriend?
Yeah. Especially when you've been in the league for a bit now. You think you'd be a little bit more comfortable with the schedule and how it goes in your training to where you could maybe let loose a little bit more after a couple years. And it's clear that his parents are concerned for him though too in this scene. They're worried about him.
Yeah. Which again, I mean, maybe they know more. I don't know. I didn't have a lot of faith in the dad knowing more, but I do think that whenever he's lashing out about like, oh, Rolex just wants someone who's non-white in the box.
Yeah.
I think sometimes, not that that's not real. That is true, but it's also like, I think he's sometimes using like what he's lashing out of they think he's lashing out about being like Asian in a mostly like white hockey world, but he's really more frustrated about like not even being able to like come out and be like gay in this world. And so it's like, it's almost like he's lashing out at this Rolex thing of like just establishment in general that is like holding me like back from being my truth.
And just that everybody is like, oh, Swedish princess, like, come on. Like, who would ever turn that down?
Every word being said is like, just like white establishment.
Yeah,
like
right.
Swedish princess, Rolex, like all this stuff being thrown at you.
I loved when he was like, what am I going to talk to the Swedish princess about? Politics?
Yeah.
I was like, that's fair.
Honestly, fair point.
Yeah, fair point. Very true.
Yeah. All right, number 2. One of my favorite. Anytime Ilya is just fired up yelling, I am down for it. And so it's whenever Ilya goes busting out of that hotel bathroom and says, I need to get laid, let's go out. And then he just screams, tell people. I love that. I love it.
Also, just side note of that, of when he stubs his toe and yells, I stubbed my toe.
I stubbed my toe.
It's so good.
It's so great. I love when he's all pissed off.
And him just yelling the I need to get laid. And it's so, and he's yelling it in front of his teammate. And it's so opposite of what the teammate is thinking.
I know.
Like the teammate's like, oh, we got to go get some girls for Ilya. And it's like, that is not what he means, buddy.
And then that leads into our number one thing is Shane and Ilya at the club when they are both dancing with girls and just staring at each other. And then it becomes like magical of just they're the only one standing there staring and everyone else is it's just so good of just like we are alone here and we are both just kind of showing off for each other. It was kind of like a bisexual showdown.
I mean, them gazing at each other.
Yeah.
When that song is on. I mean, that moment is pure cinema. As the lyrics are screaming, this is not enough.
Yes, absolutely.
Like, it's so good. I mean, it's a great moment. And it's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
It's so sad. They both clearly want each other.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely.
And it's just so sad that they can't be together and they have to play this game.
Yeah, they're like performatively with girls out at the club in front of people, but it's just they just want to be dancing with each other and hooking up with each other.
I know, and that's all that I wanted too. I was like, I want to see these two in the club together. That would be fun.
Let's go ahead and talk about the song, because the song
Yeah.
that's playing while they're dancing like crazy is T.A.T.u's All the Things She Said, which that song came out in the 2000s and was about like girls like kind of coming out as lesbians, finding themselves, and became like a very controversial song in the 2000s. About people were like banning it from places because it was like it's this Russian pop duo singing also about like being a lesbian and like coming to terms with like what your family thinks and all this stuff. And it's also complicated because it's also tied up in this like Russian kind of repressed culture too thing.
Yeah.
Because then later on, you know, I don't know a ton about T.A.T.u, but I have read that like they've said some kind of like homophobic things and have kind of gone the other way as they've got older. So I think it's like all tied up into this like struggle of like, you know, how do you express yourself? How do you express sexuality? Where are you on the spectrum of like sexuality, and how do you express that in this repressed culture? I think like that sounds such a great use of that song, especially with like Ilya like dancing to it.
Yeah. I think it makes that scene so much more powerful by adding in that song.
Yeah.
And I mean, they played the song for like
They played the
5
song
minutes.
so long, they ran out of the original song and then played a cover of the song right after it.
And I appreciated
which I didn't
that.
even know that version. It was by Harrison. I didn't even know that version.
I mean,
of the
what
song.
were you
So
gonna
it
do?
It kept going.
What were you going to do? Play a
All the
different
things she
song?
said.
You couldn't play a different song after that
No,
moment.
it was great. When that needle drop hits, it was great with just them dancing and them like living this lie out on the dance floor.
I think, too, it was a real culmination of everything we saw in the episode.
Mm-hmm.
And about our top 5 of them having to pass as completely straight. And in that moment, you just see they both don't want to do that at all. And it's very easy when they're apart and not together to kind of be a different person, I think, and to ignore it, to push down your true feelings.
Yeah.
And then the minute that they see each other, it doesn't work.
If you had, again, you know, the show shows us what it does, and I think we're meant to, like, certain things are supposed to be ambiguous. But if you had to guess, you would say that, you know, who knows? Like, these are still young people figuring it out. But you would say maybe Ilya probably identifies as bisexual.
Yeah.
But Shane probably in an open world would identify as gay. Is that what you would guess?
I think so. I think that's what I'm gathering
knows,
from the
but-
show. I think that Shane likes Rose as a person. I think that they get along. I think that it was nice seeing Shane flirting a little bit with her and really kind of more opening up to someone, because we really don't see Shane feel comfortable much.
Yes.
He's
definitely doesn't feel comfortable in his own skin.
No.
Sometimes.
And I do think in the scenes with Rose, he was able to breathe a little easier.
Yeah.
But I think it's just like he just likes her as a friend is the vibe that I was getting.
Well, I think where I got some ambiguity right there was whenever Shane and Ilya are on the couch at Ilya's house, and like Ilya's being like, I like girls, do you like girls?
Yeah.
And then Shane's just feels so forced and fake.
Yeah.
And then Ilya's like, well, I don't ever see you with girls. Like, you don't have to like say this. And then it almost becomes like, well, if you like girls, I guess I'll say I like girls.
Yeah.
Like but whenever he's originally talking about it, like that he like has sex with Svetlana and like will have sex with other girls, like, and so he might find a new girl and stuff. Like Shane seems genuinely like, ugh, but but I think it's unclear whether it's just like he's like so like taken aback because he has feelings for Ilya, or is it because just in general he's not like sexually attracted to women? Unclear.
I think it's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
But I think that conversation is what pushes him to date Rose. Like,
agree.
I don't think if Ilya asked Shane if he likes girls and
Yeah.
brought up that convo between the two of them, I don't think he would have started to date Rose.
Probably not.
I think that's what pushes him to it.
Do you think it was like scaring Shane is what was happening? Is Shane was getting scared of like, this is too intimate. This is too much like me being in a relationship with this man. And
Yeah.
was like, I need to live this certain kind of life.
Yeah, I think we see him really freak
For
out.
appearances.
I mean, yeah. I think that he is just not there. And I think that he sees Ilya opening up a little bit more, asking questions, asking him to stay over, making him a tuna melt, taking care of him a little bit, cuddling with him. And I think it freaks Shane out.
Yeah.
Because before this episode, we see Ilya more taking care of him in a more sexual way.
Mm-hmm.
And in this, we see it in a more tender, romantic way.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So I think that really freaks Shane out.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, I kind of put as like, it's almost kind of an honorable mention of like, he kind of has like, is struggling with himself when he goes to that party.
Yeah.
That his like teammates invite him to, because like that bartender seems to be flirting with him. Like kind of.
I
like,
thought that.
seems that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so like, and it's kind of like he can take either path, and it's like instead of like flirting with that bartender, he goes and like sits down and then meets Rose and goes like a very different path.
And he has that beer.
Yes.
They didn't
he doesn't
have
the
ginger ale.
He doesn't have what he wants.
We
He
gotta
takes the
talk
beer.
about
he
the
does
ginger
the performative
ale.
thing. Yeah. Lay it on me. Tell me what you think about the ginger ale.
I mean, ginger ale was brought up multiple times in this
Yeah.
episode. It's set up when Hunter makes fun of him for it. We'll have ginger ale for you, which I feel like that was a little bit more of just setting us up for the ginger ale thing, because then we see that Ilya has it for him at his house. Not only does he have it, he asks if it's cold enough.
What a sweetie pie.
What a sweet Russian man. So nice.
I don't know if anyone would describe him as sweet, but that was a very sweet moment.
It was a sweet moment. It was very cute.
Yeah.
I feel like that also showed that Ilya was anticipating Shane to stay. Like, he stocked up. He stocked up on tuna melts and ginger ale.
And no one else has the ginger ale for him.
No,
right?
the restaurant doesn't have the ginger ale. The bar doesn't have the ginger ale. We just see multiple times where the ginger ale is not there for Shane, and it's all that he wants to drink.
But you know where you can get that ginger ale? You can get that cold ginger ale at Ilya's house.
I know. The only place that has it for him. It's what he wants. That cold
have it all
ginger
over-
ale.
He can have that ginger ale all over the couch.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought that was I like the ginger ale metaphor. I thought that was like just kind of like an interesting see if you catch it moment of the episode.
It was sweet. Yeah.
I also like too of just seeing Ilya know Shane so well. I mean, at this point, this has been going on for years, and I just thought it was a sweet moment of, Ilya knows the drink that he wants. Mm-hmm. These two really do more know each other at this point.
They've been hooking up for years.
Yeah.
And now I know it's mostly when they're in each other's cities.
Yeah.
But like, it's been a long time. Like, this is like, you know each other now.
Well, what I like too about this episode is that we do see such a different side from the first two episodes. I mean, even the second episode ends with "we didn't even kiss." We see the two of them kissing a lot this episode.
Absolutely.
Like in the montages at Ilya's house, like there is kissing. Like things are progressing.
Yeah.
I mean, the Ilya's house. I mean, we see them napping together.
Was that your favorite moment of just them like coming over, like them in bed, then Boy, picks him up, puts him on the counter at first.
It's so cute. Like, we've just never seen them like that. This is really the first time we're seeing that.
Yeah.
And I feel like the two of them were a little bit nervous. We are not used to seeing Ilya nervous. And I was getting a little bit of kind of like a nervous vibe from him. And when he asks him to stay, it's a really vulnerable moment for him.
Yeah. Is Hayden your mother? Who cares what you told Hayden? I love it.
I know, and he's like convincing him too. You know, he's not taking his excuses.
He's talking him into it.
Yeah.
And then they hook up again on the couch.
Well, okay, so let's
spit in hand.
Let's talk about that a little bit, because then we see things go south again a little bit with the two of them. Things were going so well. The tuna melt.
So well. You were having such a cute moment.
We were having such great moments.
You just like seeing them cuddle in bed.
I do like to see them cuddle in bed. I think it's very cute. I loved it. Because also the two of them just say so much with their eyes, you know? Like, you really know how each character is thinking when neither of them are opening up to anybody in this show.
No.
Which I like. I think it's interesting, and it's very different from what we were getting with Kip. Like, Kip is opening up to Elena in the last episode. But Ilya and Shane, we don't see them open up to a friend at all. No. There's nothing.
It's all got to be just internal, just their performance is how you're getting.
And it delivers.
What's going on.
They deliver in that. And I think it's so hard to do. It's so much harder to write that. It's so much harder to act that. You know, it's just like, it's tough. It's so much easier to be like, let's just throw Shane a friend that then he confides in. Let's just.
It would be easier.
It would be, but they didn't go that route because it's also unrealistic for this storyline that either of them would open up to somebody about how they feel or what's going on.
They both feel alone except when they're with each other.
Yeah. Well, we see them more open up to each other on the couch during tuna melt time when they're actually having a conversation. And it's nothing really like at first it's just kind of about hockey.
Which makes it feel more real. Feels like they're being themselves.
Yes, definitely.
So I thought that I think you're totally right about this becoming more intimate about their connection this episode. And I thought that was kind of why we needed the Scott Hunter episode in between these, because it made us miss that tension of Ilya and Shane.
Yeah.
And it made it feel like it's gone on for a very long time, which it has.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, they started hooking up years ago. And so, like, we see that fast and furious of the first two episodes of the tension.
Yeah.
All this tension. And then we get this episode 3 kind of sidetrack about Scott Hunter that is very much about, like, his repression and Kip's openness. And it's like, and they're just having a very different style. But then you see, but even Scott Hunter seems open to the idea of like coming out as gay after his career and stuff like that. But then now that we're back with Ilya and Shane, like, it's like this tension can only go on so long before like things come to a head. Like, you just can't live in tension like this for years and years and years and years. Like, it starts to become like you've got an intimate thing going on. You're going to have conversations. You're going to wonder if you're going to get closer. Are you going to like follow this through to the end and be together? Or are you going to blow this up and go the other way? And it feels like we're on the verge of this tension exploding by the end of the app. I mean, Ilya, I think, is exploding in a shower, but it's just like so much for them right now of like they're both trying to split apart, but they're so drawn together.
Well, and I think the first two apps, we get so much of that tension. It's all about the tension. And I think this app is more about the yearning for each other.
Yes.
We really see them more yearn, want to be together, but just don't know really how to act on it. Even when it's just the two of them together in a room. In the scene where Ilya takes the phone call with his father, He comes back and they're sitting on the couch and they are sitting so far apart.
Yeah.
Like, they really don't even know kind of how to be around each other at this point unless it's sexual, I think. Because we see them close a distance with each other. It's Ilya who takes the lead on that. He moves closer and then, you know, kind of cuddles up with Shane in such a sweet moment.
Yeah.
And you see Shane really want that too.
Well, when Shane first gets to Ilya's house, he says, should we talk or like have sex? And he's like, let's have sex first.
Yeah.
Like, let's talk later. Like, because you're right. That's how they know each other, is like through hooking up. And so like they almost need that to just ease the tension between them so they can talk.
I think it's just where they're at their most comfortable with each other right now. And I think Shane does want to talk more. I mean, I feel like he said that even in the first couple episodes. He's the one who's like asking questions and whatnot throughout it.
Well, he asked him about his dad.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, he's probing him about how you're not talking about your family life or who you really are in Russia. And
Yeah.
all this stuff. And then, you know, he's probing back at Shane of you're not really talking about your like identity or how you like live your life. Yeah.
It's like they both want it. They're yearning for it. They just don't really know how to do it. And then, well, did you notice too when we see them hooking up after, you know, Ilya had Shane in his arms, they go to hook up and they use each other's first names when they were hooking up, which that is very rare.
I did not notice that.
Yes.
He didn't go Hollander.
No. And so I think that was, he said Shane, and I think that kind of started to lead to Shane's freak out a little bit.
Yeah.
Because he abruptly leaves.
That look in Shane's face, that was a real, you know, come and go situation. That was like, he was finished with the sex and was like, I'm out of here. It was like, whoa.
Out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think he's also not used to Ilya really holding him in his arms that way and being the one to instigate that. And I think that really freaked him out.
Well, and it was so interesting because it's so like opposite of what Shane originally wanted. I mean, remember when Ilya like fakes that he's going to do what Shane actually does in this, of like where it's like, you know, he finishes and then like acts like he's leaving and he's like, I'd never do that to you. What kind of guy do you think I am? And then like we see Shane like having these, it's like he's built up such walls now.
Yeah.
That like he can't.
Yeah. And I think it just really freaks him out that Ilya wants him to stay, that Ilya wants to cuddle up a little bit. Like, that
they both are just so lost.
That is not the guy from the first 2 episodes.
So what do you do if you're feeling confused in a relationship? Try to make the other person jealous.
Incoming Rose.
Yeah.
You know what? I did enjoy seeing jealous Ilya, though.
Yeah. And
I
Rose
love
is played by that girl that stars in Yellow Jackets.
Yes.
It
Shauna. She's
was
Shauna
fun.
in Yellow
Yeah.
Jackets. She's great. I thought she was great for this
It
role.
seemed like a big star. Like it felt like a Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, it
star.
did.
Like
oh my God. I thought
knows...
the same thing. I was
because
I'm
I think they
getting
mentioned
ScarJo
she's
vibes.
like a child actress. Now she's like in superhero movies. Like it's
Yeah.
like everyone knows who this person is.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
When Ilya abruptly turns off the TV, stubs his toe, he is so jealous, which was fun to see. I'm not going to lie. I thought that was great.
He's so jealous reading that tabloid.
Her wearing the jersey.
Oh, yeah. She's having the full Taylor Travis moment of like in the
is.
gear, like in the box. Show her. Yeah.
She's really supporting her man. What I like, though, that they did with this is I don't hate Rose. You know, I want Shane and Ilya to be together, but I'm not like, ugh, Rose, you know?
Opposite. I feel
like
bad
Rose.
for her at the end. I'm like, we're literally watching Shane like think of, like, with the editing, they do a great job of expressing that, like, he's literally thinking of someone else while he's having sex with her.
Yeah.
Like, that's brutal. Like,
Well, I mean, you can see it in his face too, because having sex with Rose is very different from what we've seen of him having sex with Ilya, of just his facial expressions during
we got to
it.
see our first girl butt in the show, and let me tell you, he did not seem as electric.
I know. Yeah, you do kind of feel for Rose in those moments of, oof, you just like don't even know what's
But it does
going
feel
on
like
here.
they would be good friends.
It does.
Like, I do feel like I feel like he is happy with her, hanging out with her. I think
Agreed.
I think he's not thrilled about the having sex with her part.
I thought that the two of them had really good friend chemistry, which is what was needed for this role, for you to like Rose throughout it.
Mm-hmm.
And like what I said before, we do see Shane having a good time talking to her, which is nice. We don't really get that much in this show. Like, Shane is going through it every episode.
Well, and she's able to connect with him on hockey because she's got all these brothers who played hockey and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, so she's able to meet him where he is. And then, like, you know, and it does make sense that he's like, oh, I've watched all these movies. Because you and I talk about that, how it feels like musicians and athletes and stuff, feels like they're just constantly traveling and watching movies. So.
Yeah. That was funny.
It was a fun thing.
I was like, that makes sense. Like,
I bought it. I bought all of it.
Definitely.
Yeah, I thought it made sense.
And I just thought they did a really good job of showing the juxtaposition of him having sex with her. He clearly is like distraught on the face. He is thinking of Ilya. It's not that fiery hookup that we're used to seeing.
Mm-hmm. And it's also just exactly what Shane would do, who again has like been described as like Mr. Perfect in this show, of just like, you know, if you're a famous closeted queer athlete, you need a beard, let's get a famous beard.
Yeah.
That'll cover me.
Right.
Like, you know, let's have it be this perfect little fake cookie cutter relationship.
And somebody like that he enjoys talking to and whatnot, you know?
Sure, totally.
It doesn't seem like that there's even many people he can really open up to at all. Mm-hmm. So I think he's like, oh, I like talking to her. So maybe this does make sense for me.
But it almost, I feel like it almost makes Ilya so irate on multiple levels, because it's like, obviously he's jealous because like he's clearly wants to be intimate with Shane, and like, but then also it's kind of the class divide between them of like Shane being this like, you know, like Canadian star in the league, who's like got this like goody two shoes image, just has all these endorsements, and is now like hanging out in like Hollywood circles.
Yeah,
well, like,
right.
you know, Ilya is still kind of this bad boy loner who like is the bad guy of the league.
Yeah. And now he's just brooding over Shane.
Oh, he was furious in that shower.
Well,
furious.
And it was clear that Shane definitely thought Ilya was going to take home that girl. And he didn't. He ends up alone and thinking about Shane. Like, Ilya is down bad. Ilya is so down bad for Shane.
But it's like, no, he's the one alone, like desperately wanting Shane.
Yeah.
Because they just have such a like love and connection, even though they don't want to call it that.
And he probably could have brought that girl home, but he's like, I'm not going to be satisfied with that, because what I want is Shane. And I think that in the first two eps, I would not have guessed that Ilya would be the one who is, you know, so down bad at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, I
It's
kind of
fun.
would,
It keeps
because
flipping
he seems like such a
expectations.
broody type, and just
We go from episode 2 of Shane's the one who's like, we didn't even kiss.
Yeah.
He's so upset. And in this one, it's Ilya that's the one alone and upset.
Can I get one episode of this show that doesn't end completely devastating?
No.
Please.
What?
I just want one ep where I don't want to cry or throw up or just bawl my eyes out.
It's called Heated Rivalry, not Cool Peace.
It's just every app just gets you at the end.
Oh yeah, they rip your heart out.
They do. They do.
Well,
I mean, they do a
two
good
more
job
apps left.
of it.
I'm excited to see where it goes. Who
I know,
knows?
because so
I
much happens.
feel like we're gonna have more montages.
I like them though. The time jumps make sense for the story, and I think it makes it feel more realistic than all this happening in one hockey season when they're rookies or something like that, which just does not make sense. Well, the time jumps really lead to more tension and yearning, which is really what I'm all about and what this show is all about, which is why I love it. All right, should we get to your Tyler's takes before I just keep talking more about yearning and tension and all my favorite things? I really love this episode.
I get it. You loved Ilya's house. I keep screwing it up. You love Ilya's house.
I could have stayed in Ilya's house for the whole episode.
Oh yeah, it's a nice house. I like to actually. This is on my Tyler's takes where I write down notes while I'm watching the episode. And one of my notes was Mr. Real Estate. Whenever he comes in and starts asking Ilya questions about the house.
Yeah.
But then also we see Ilya watching basically like an architectural digest piece on Shane at his home. And I'm like, this is so funny that this is like Ilya's porn.
Yeah.
It's like watching Shane do his architectural digest.
He's just staring lovingly at Shane doing
so
yoga
sweet.
poses, some stretching.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's great.
I loved it.
They really reminded you of what this show does with that opening montage of just sex and working out back and forth.
All of it.
They do some great editing in this.
All of it. Yeah. And that little bit of hockey where they're shoving each other against the wall. Don't forget that.
When they're doing the hockey.
hockey.
I liked when Shane was all wet for that commercial. It was so
I know.
funny. They just keep hosing him down more as he's holding up this
He
cola.
looks so uncomfortable doing all those commercials.
He looks so uncomfortable. They're all funnier than the last one. Then the next one's like crazy cloud, lightning strikes, and he's doing this Casanova thing.
I want to see a compilation of all those commercials. Show me a full commercial of Shane, please.
I assume we're going to see a lot of cuts of them dancing on the dance floor to different music, just all sorts of stuff. I feel like the compilations of their dancing is going to be great.
So good.
Ilya texts Shane, the only cup you'll have next year is the one I take off with my mouth.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, but that could also, I could see a straight guy saying that as a homophobic taunt of someone.
Oh, yeah.
They always have these in there. And I think they're great.
I thought that was a good sext.
Oh, it was a great sex.
Yeah.
No doubt.
No doubt. Not a single doubt.
Ilya's the best.
Yeah.
Ilya's the best.
Ilya's such a good sexter.
No doubt. We talked about Shane's reading glasses. You were a fan of.
I mean, I brought that. We had to bring that up right away.
They keep checking this physical calendar. They got to get the season schedule on their phones. Someone's got to email them. Someone's got to put it in their phones in the calendar app or something.
I thought, is
because
this how
they
that
are constantly
works?
running up, being like, "Who do we play tomorrow?"
I was like, "Is this how that works in hockey?"
We gotta get someone from IT to look at their phones.
Yeah.
To get those, because I think even in 2016, you could get the schedule in the calendar of your phone.
I don't know. They have to look at it in the locker room. The way their finger was just going, oh, okay, that's tomorrow. That's tomorrow's
game. It was very
game.
sweet.
Yeah,
very sweet. But I like when Shane asks if shoes off in the house.
I like that too. I thought
Ilya's not a shoes off guy. Ilya is a shirt off, shoes on guy.
Well, he opened the door with no shirt, which I was like, whoa, Ilya really going for it right away.
Yeah.
But I thought that was the most Shane line ever. Should I take my shoes off? It was just so Shane. It's so great.
I thought the acting in the whole house scene was great. I put Shane's panic on his face after they jerk each other off is just like, he's just like, looks so like, I gotta get out of here.
Like,
but then there's also
distraught.
such longing in their face. Like you said, there's so much great acting because they never say what they're thinking.
Right.
In this.
Well, even
in their
Ilya
story.
saying, you forgot about a team meeting. Like, he knows that that's not how Shane is. He knows his schedule. He lives by it. There's no way he forgot about a meeting.
No way.
And I like that he tries. He really does try with that. And it's just, he knows he's losing Shane in that moment.
We talked about Shane's boring schedule being a shield for his truth. That he kind of passes as boring in a way to hide.
When you can't be your true self, it is like,
people won't ask many questions.
Yeah.
Think, like,
well, and just the way then you present yourself. If you can't present your full self, then like, you know, it's not truly who you are. So you kind of have to present as a watered down version of yourself.
I thought it was a good metaphor when he's talking to Rose about how he said that he had a Western last name, so he didn't get teased as much for being Asian. And so it was sort of like about him passing. And it's sort of like that's the lesson he learned and is continuing to do today is to just fly below the radar and you won't get made fun of.
Yeah.
And that still seems to be what he's doing with his identity.
It's so sad. You can just see that this is just what he's done his whole life.
You'll be happy to know that I understand the show I'm watching a lot better now because when they were talking about Ryan Price, I was like, I bet that guy's gay. They were like, oh, that guy's moving from team to team and fights people. Yeah. And Ilya was like, oh, I was on a team with him. He didn't talk to many people. Like, I was like, I have a feeling I'm not going to get tricked by like Scott Hunter again.
No.
I have a feeling.
We get it now. There must be a Ryan Price book out there somewhere.
I have a feeling that man might be a homosexual. That was a disappointing game between Shane and Ilya.
I know.
1-0. They both played terrible. They're both just they're so backed up.
I know. They only play well when they've had sex with each other.
Yeah, I mean, Hayden said that, I think. You play better when you get laid.
Yeah. Hunter was like, go out and go get laid, please. Like,
yeah, they both played terrible in that game.
I know. I want to see them rough each other up more on the rink, you know?
When they're doing the hockey?
Yeah, when they're doing that hockey. Show me some more.
Rough each other up.
Throwing each other into walls.
And lastly, I can't believe we haven't even talked about this. Let's talk about Miles. Rose's friend Miles.
We got to talk a little bit about
What was going on
Miles.
with him? So he like clocks Ilya, and it's like
I took that as he did clock Ilya, as not as a hockey player. I don't think he knows Ilya is a hockey player. I think he clocked him just as a gay or bi man.
I think you're right because I got confused about that at first. I was like, did he just recognize him or did he know him as like, oh, I'm with like Shane? Like,
I don't think it was that.
I don't think it was that either because then I remembered that before that he'd said like, oh, she made me watch some hockey and it was just like a blur, like on ice. And so I'm like, he doesn't know anything about hockey. So it was like, I think he was clocking Ilya as like gay.
I think
but then
so,
like,
too.
But then even more importantly, what was going on with that dance on the dance floor with Rose and Shane?
I know.
And Miles was behind. I'm pretty sure Miles kissed Shane's neck. I was like, what's going on here?
Do you think Miles was just like, oh, I'm just dancing with the two of them? Like, not really thinking
Did he think
about
for
it?
a second we were getting a threesome with those three?
For a second, I thought, is that how this is ending? We're getting a threesome
I was like, is
with
that the
them?
twist that Rose knows and is just like, let's all get in here?
And I was like, that is a different plot than what I thought we were getting. But for a second, I did think it. But
I don't know what's going on with Miles.
I think that it was just
I
like Miles
curious.
dancing with them. They're all in the club.
Well, I think, though, it was telling us that, like, if Miles clocked Ilya from across the bar, then he definitely has to know about Shane. Hanging out with him?
Yeah. I wonder if Miles is going to be a little bit more of a character than in that storyline. If we're going to see more of him.
I don't know.
I don't know either. But I was definitely clocking the dancing and maybe a neck.
It seemed like a neck kiss to me.
Nuzzle? I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought, get away from my man. Get Ilya over there. I like that it's like I'm not like jealous about Rose. I'm jealous about Miles like dancing on Shane. I'm like, no. That is Ilya, okay?
That's Ilya's man.
Yeah, how dare you?
It's great. That's all I had.
But I do think it was just like friends all dancing at the club, and he's just like, oh, I'm dancing too. I don't know. But
Maybe
you make
so.
a good point. If he clocked
Maybe they were on
Ilya.
drugs. I don't know.
Yeah. It seemed kind of like a wild night,
Yeah.
you know? They were all letting loose.
No. He wasn't drinking ginger ale.
No, he wasn't. Oh, but all he wants is his ginger ale. So
I know. I didn't mean to upset you by mentioning ginger ale.
I love the ginger ale.
We got to get out of here. We got 2 more eps to cover of Heated Rivalry.
Only 2 more, but then
gonna
we
be
get a
back next
season
week.
2. All right, we'll be back next week recapping episode 5. Very exciting. If you have not listened to our other episodes of Heated Rivalry, be sure to do that. We are covering every single episode. And while you're at it, go ahead and follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. And rate us 5 stars. It really does help. We would really love a 5-star review from you. Subscribe to us on YouTube and buy our merch on Etsy. Thanks for listening.
Bye.